Okay, so let's unpack this. You know that feeling, right? Where the workday just kind of vanishes, hours gone, and maybe the most strenuous thing you did was, I don't know, click a mouse button really hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then the guilt hits. Gotta move! So you look online, and boom, just this tidal wave of fitness advice. It's a lot.
It really is overwhelming. Which brings us to Muhata. It seems like they're trying a different angle to cut through all that noise.
That's definitely the impression. It's a web-based fitness, yeah, but they're clearly aiming for something more than just an app of exercises. It's like an ecosystem.
An ecosystem, right. And the material we've looked at, it really paints a picture, not just the what, but the why, and this whole world they're building, some really ambitious plans too.
For sure.
So our mission today isn't just to list features, but to really get into the thinking behind it, explore what makes Muhata tick and, what its potential might be.
And the thing that jumps out right away, the core of it all, seems to be tackling that sedentary life problem with these micro workouts. Short, frequent bursts.
Right, these little hits of activity meant to break up the sitting marathon. The sources mention their Muhata workout break timer, so it's like a prompt, a notification.
Exactly, a little browser notification that pops up, basically saying, hey, time for a quick move.
Okay.
Keeps it top of mind.
And crucially, it's not just like do 10 jumping jacks randomly. They have this tracker system.
Ah, right. The tracker system. What's the deal with that?
Well, what's interesting is how it apparently tries to intelligently balance the workouts across different body areas, different muscle groups. So you're getting a more holistic benefit, even from these small bits of activity.
That makes sense. You don't want to end up doing, 50 micro workouts for just your left wrist.
Precisely. And they mention an editor, too, right, for customization.
Yeah. Looks like you can tweak the exercises, change the number of reps, so you can tailor it a bit.
So quick, frequent, balanced, and adaptable. Seems like a solid base.
But the big question is always motivation, isn't it? How do they actually get you to do these little workouts day after day, right? Sustained engagement.
Yeah.
And that seems to be where the incentives and the whole gamification side come in. They've got this virtual currency. It's called Muhata. You earn it by doing the workouts, the challenges.
Ah, okay. The classic reward loop. Earn points, feel good.
Yeah, taps into that basic achievement drive. And there's a competitive edge, too. This rating system, inspired by chess ratings, apparently, goes from 800 up to 3,000.
800 to 3,000. Like an ELO rating. So it reflects your fitness level, kind of.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Suggests a way to track progress and maybe even match you with challenges or something. It's a familiar structure for competition.
And what about these benchmarks? I saw that mentioned.
Yeah, those sound interesting. There are specific challenges like max push-ups or maybe doing 100 burpees. And the idea is they offer a way to potentially boost your rating faster. So if you really push yourself on a benchmark.
But you can see a bigger jump in your score.
Okay,
so it's not just the slow grind.
Right. And then, of course, leaderboards. Can't have gamification without leaderboards.
Naturally. Daily Muhata, all-time Muhata, all that stuff fosters that friendly or maybe not so friendly competition.
Keeps people engaged, checking their rank. And you mentioned the MUHATA currency can be spent in a shop.
Yeah, what's in the shop? Virtual sweatbands.
Maybe. The sources say it's mainly for unlocking more advanced exercises.
Ah, okay. So work out more, earn new Muhata, unlock tougher workouts, creates a progression path.
Exactly. Ties the reward directly back into the fitness journey itself.
All right, so micro workouts as the base, gamification layered on top. Sounds pretty well thought out for keeping users involved. But then we get to the Muhata Universe. This is where it goes beyond just an app, right?
Yeah.
It gets expansive.
Yeah. This is where it gets really interesting conceptually. The Muhata Universe seems to be their term for the whole overarching world, the narrative plane. And it's clever because they're tapping into that human desire for story, for belonging, making fitness feel less like a chore and more like an adventure.
So what are the parts of this universe? I saw different terms.
Right, they break it down into layers. You've got the Muhataverse.
Okay, what's the Muhataverse?
That's the digital realm, the app itself, your user data, your avatar. Basically, your digital fitness identity within their world.
Got it, your digital self.
Then there's the Muhatasphere, which sounds more like the social side, the community connection, the energy between users.
The network effect.
Kind of, yeah. And Muhata World is simpler, just everything Muhata here on Earth, the real world aspect.
Okay, that makes sense. But then it gets a bit more mythical. Planet of the Muhata.
Yeah. That's pitched as like a potential origin point for the whole universe. Adds a bit of lore.
And the lost city of Muhata, similar vibes.
Seems like it. Maybe a sort of ancient foundational place within Muhata World's history.
Yeah.
It definitely adds intrigue. like finding hidden lore in a game.
And central to a lot of this seems to be Mount Muhata. Sounds important.
Very. It's presented as this almost legendary peak. It's the home of the LAZA MUHATA.
The LAZA MUHATA. Who's that?
That's the title for the #1 user on the daily leaderboard, like the reigning champ. Maybe even an all-time title holder possibility.
The king or queen of the mountain.
Pretty much. And Mount Muhata is also where they keep the Muhata World records.
World records. For micro workout.
Yeah. For benchmark performance, total MUHATA earned, daily or all-time. Even maybe for a single amazing workout session. And they even use emojis, a globe, a trophy, a medal, to signify these records. It really leans into that culture of achievement.
Wow, they're really building a whole mythology here. It's quite something.
It is, and it extends to the language, too. They have their own community terms.
Yeah, I saw that, like Muhataverse.
Right,
Yeah.
simple idea. Do a Muhata workout before you sit down, before you start your sedentary block. Sets the tone for the day.
Proactive, I like it. And Muhata Law sounds ominous.
Less ominous, more like a friendly challenge. You invoke Muhata Law on yourself or someone else if they've been sitting too long, or maybe they're due for a benchmark test.
Okay, a social nudge. Hey, Muhata Law says you gotta do some push-ups.
Exactly. Creates that shared culture. And on the flip side, there's Muhata loss.
Meaning a sedentary day, no workouts.
Yeah, acknowledging when you didn't manage to get the movement in.
Yeah.
And they even have degrees of it. LAZA MUHATA and Muhata LAZAH.
Degrees of laziness. Okay.
It seems like LAZA MUHATA is maybe just a bit of slacking, while Muhata LAZAH implies it's becoming more of a habit. Playful, but clear.
And some fun terms, too, like fried chicken wings.
Yeah. For lateral arm raises,
Yeah.
just injects a bit of personality, makes it less clinical.
For sure. And the Book of Muhata, what's that? A real book.
Sounds more like
Yeah.
a rumor, a piece of internal lore, maybe a metaphor for the core principles, maybe just a fun myth within the community.
And
That's mystery.
it really contributes to making it feel like a place you belong to, not just an app you use.
Definitely. It's about building that identity and shared experience.
Okay, so micro workouts, gamification, this whole Muhata universe, unique language, that's already a lot. But they're aiming even higher, aren't they? This Muhata World Championship.
Oh yeah, this is where the ambition really goes into overdrive. It's pitched as this massive annual global event, combining top-tier athletics, serious tech, and storytelling.
And the main event is the Mount Muhata race.
That's the centerpiece. And it's not just running up a hill. It's described as this multi-stage, biome-themed obstacle course. And the vision is to build it in a different iconic location each year. Think. Video game levels brought to life.
Biome-themed, like jungles, deserts.
Exactly. The sources mention challenges like parkour, climbing, crossing water survival tasks. And get this, simulated combat against robotic adversaries.
Like robotic adversaries? Seriously?
Seriously, AI-powered robots, predators, humanoid figures designed to provide a consistent but safe challenge. It's wild.
That is definitely thinking outside the box for a fitness competition.
Way outside. And the tech integration doesn't stop there. They talk about AR overlays for the broadcast, for VR headsets watching at home, showing athlete stats, different camera views.
So really immersive for viewers.
Yeah, and live analytics tracking everything, plus a focus on sustainability, eco-friendly construction, reusable robots.
They've really sketched out a whole vision. And those locations they listed?
Yeah.
Some are pretty far out.
Oh, yeah. The examples given are for like 2032 to 2041. They mention a Jurassic theme in Tokyo, a water world in Palawan, Philippines, an urban apocalypse in New York City.
Whoa.
But, and this is important, the sources are clear these are visionary plans, conceptual, not locked in dates and places yet.
Right, important caveat. It's the dream, not necessarily the confirmed reality tomorrow.
But it absolutely shows the scale of their thinking. They want this to be a global spectacle way beyond a normal race.
No kidding. Okay, so pulling back from the robot fights and apocalyptic NYC, what are the claimed health benefits here? Back to the core idea.
Right, the fundamentals. Physically, the micro-workout approach is meant to boost cardiovascular health, build some strength, help metabolism, improve posture, basically fighting the negative effects of sitting all day.
Makes sense. Standard benefits of moving more, just delivered differently.
Pretty much. And they also highlight the mental side.
Yeah, like what?
Potential boosts in mood, better focus, maybe stress reduction, improved sleep. Again, things generally linked to regular activity, but the consistency of micro-workouts might really help here.
And I saw something about productivity, aligning with ultradian rhythms.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. The idea that our bodies have these natural energy cycles through the day, maybe 90, 120 minutes long. taking short movement breaks around those cycles could actually help you come back to your work sharper, more focused.
So the breaks aren't just not working, they could actually help you work better.
That seems to be the suggestion. And who are they aiming this at?
Primarily, it looks like desk workers, remote professionals, people stuck sitting. But the ambition seems broader. Fitness folks looking for something different, maybe anyone struggling with consistency. Global reach seems to be the goal.
Right. It feels quite universal in its potential appeal.
Okay, so if we boil it all down, Muhata is definitely not just another fitness app. It's really a whole system built on making movement sustainable through these quick, frequent micro workouts.
Yeah, that's the practical engine.
Yeah.
But then it's wrapped in this incredibly imaginative layer, the gamification, the whole universe concept, the language. And this, frankly, kind of bonkers but fascinating vision for the World Championship.
It's such a unique blend, isn't it? The very practical, doable micro workouts mixed with, well, robot combat and mythical mountains.
It really is.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Could this approach, this mix of game mechanics and storytelling wrapped around simple movement, could that be what finally cracks the code for consistent fitness for a lot of people? Could turning exercise into this Muhata universe make it stick in a way traditional gyms or apps haven't? And what parts of this whole concept, the micro breaks, the ratings, the lore, the big events, what resonates most with how you think about staying active?
It's definitely a question worth pondering. How do we make health and movement intrinsically motivating, something we want to weave into our lives?
Absolutely. And if you're curious to see it for yourself, the place to go is muhata.org. You can check out the platform, maybe start exploring that universe. It's certainly a different take on the whole get up, get moving idea.